then I think it's a balancing issue for the court or for you two to negotiate. For example, maybe cameras outside the home would be acceptable, but if you're sleeping in separate rooms, can't have a camera in your room in your private areas. It has to be an expectation of privacy. Also, it can't be surveillance if you have young children. It can't be used for that. So I think that's a balancing. But if you don't live together, then I think obviously that's a big no-no. And the other thing is access to these video recordings. You should have access. Both parties should have access to the video recordings. Okay, another big gray area is this unauthorized access to accounts. A lot of time these spouses share passwords, share computers. Is it any different of sharing a closet and putting your files in the back of the closet? That's sort of what a shared computer is. Or is it a work computer where but they gave you the password and you used that work computer because that's the only computer you guys had? This is where it gets a little gray. So I think the issue is going to be, what was the practice? What was the practice? And has that practice changed? Which gets into my coach's corner. And Harlow, let's make things simple for the court. Every time I represent people, I say our job is to make things easy for the court. And I think what the court would like to see, it's not a guarantee, nothing's perfect, but they want to see a very clear revocation of any prior consent you may have given your spouse to any, accounts you had, passwords you had, any, surveillance they may have, all that's revoked. I mean, you might even include, and I'm being a little lighthearted here, but even, revoking access to your Netflix account. They shouldn't be able to see what you're watching. So revoke everything you can and make sure they get that email. And if there is a problem later on, at least the court can have a really bright line notice to the other side and hold them accountable.